Good afternoon, everybody. Today I delayed the charts of the day just a little bit so we could take a look at Apple and a few of the other things that we're reporting. Apple's up after hours about 2% now, which could still be this A wave here pushing a little bit higher. Maybe at this point it stretches all the way up towards 165 rather than starting a B wave already. It started down just a little bit. There's no clear structure here, but the tiny little pop that it got so far in earnings, about 2%, makes it a little bit less likely that this A needs any lower. So again, on the larger perspective, we feel that this is just starting a bigger B wave inside the cycle A wave and an even bigger super cycle fourth. But probably will get a fade here after this initial move up off the January lows completes in Apple. This might have been, this was a warning that they were going to not have as strong a numbers on earnings, so I guess they weren't quite as bad as they warned, so we're getting a little bit of a pop, but I don't think, it doesn't seem like the reaction so far is strong enough to really have this soaring the way it has on other very, very bullish earnings for Apple in the past. Next, we have AMD. AMD started to turn down from the possible B wave top and could have actually completed a stretched out 5 waves down into the close, and then they were actually supposed to release at 4:30. They released a little bit early and got an initial pop. That looks like it might have retraced about 50% to 618% of this initial move down. So this really could be a 1-2 start of the C wave that we're looking for off of this 2240, 2235 high. So we'll see if that can develop a little bit more. Certainly if this fades and then breaks the 18 level, we should get some nice follow through on the way down here towards the 12s or even below. ALGN was another one that looked like a pretty clearly bearish setup. It was clearly only 3 waves up off of this low, so it needed at least a pullback. And there is still some risk that this is some sort of awkward expanded flat for a B wave here, and that this is going to get an extension down of this A wave. But since the 382 for this fourth is right down here at 134.90. If this does get any lower in the A wave, it should get a very high B wave. Maybe it only gets a nominal new low and then tries to head up, or this could be the start of the B wave already, and this is just an A and a B inside of an A wave, and it gets another B and then a C wave up. But we did look at this as clearly needing a drop, and it certainly has one on earnings there. Next, let's look at ILMN. Another one that looked like it really should be making at least one more low here to complete 5 waves down in the C of 4. So getting a drop of close to 3% here. Getting close to testing that low. I think it really should continue lower over the next couple of weeks and try and get closer to 260 to 250 region. And lastly, let's take a look at AMGN. This was another of the earnings names that could easily be just a wider B wave here, but we just said that the fourth did not look complete in this ending diagonal, so getting a nice 2.3% drop so far could be part of filling out the rest of this C wave in a bigger flat for this wave 4. With that, we'll see how these fare in regular trading hours tomorrow, and if maybe Apple wants to start fading back even sooner. All right, have a good evening. I'll talk to you later, guys.